Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining this training, brought to you by Early Years Unfolded. This training focused on understanding the developmental milestones of 3 to 4-year-old children. Whether you're a parent, caregiver, or early childhood educator, your role in supporting young children during this stage is so valuable, and we're glad you're here. This training is designed to be practical, relatable, and easy to apply. Our goal is to help you feel more confident in recognizing where children are developmentally and how you can support them as they grow. The purpose of this training is to build awareness and understanding of the typical developmental milestones for children ages 3 to 4 years. By identifying what's expected at this stage, physically, cognitively, socially, and emotionally, participants will be better equipped to support children's growth, encourage learning through everyday routines, and recognize when additional support may be needed. This training also promotes developmentally appropriate practices that align with how preschoolers learn best through play, exploration, and positive relationships. By the end of this training, participants will be able to identify typical developmental milestones for children ages 3 to 4 in the areas of physical, cognitive, language, and social-emotional development. Recognize the wide range of normal development and understand how to observe and document children's progress. Apply developmentally appropriate strategies to support learning through play, routines, and everyday interactions. Describe signs that may indicate developmental concerns and know when to seek additional support or resources. Promote a positive, responsive environment that encourages independence, curiosity, and social connection in 3 to 4-year-old children. Let's begin by looking at physical development, which includes both gross motor, large body movements, and fine motor, small hand and finger movements, skills. At ages 3 to 4, children are becoming more coordinated, confident, and active. They love to run, jump, climb, and explore their surroundings. You'll often see them testing their physical limits, like hopping on one foot, pedaling a tricycle, or throwing a ball with more control. These big movements show how their muscles are growing stronger and their balance is improving. At the same time, their hands and fingers are getting more skilled. They begin to draw shapes, use child-safe scissors, and build taller block towers. These fine motor skills are important for tasks like writing, dressing, and feeding themselves. Now, let's take a look at cognitive development, how 3 to 4-year-old children think, learn, and understand the world around them. During this stage, children's thinking becomes more active and imaginative. You'll notice they ask lots of why questions, explore how things work, and start to understand simple cause and effect. Their attention span is getting longer, and they begin to solve problems with more intention, like figuring out how to complete a puzzle or build a tower just the way they want it. This is also a time when children start using pretend play to make sense of what they see and hear. Whether they're playing house, pretending to cook, or acting like their favorite characters, they're actually developing critical thinking skills and practicing real-world understanding in creative ways. Now that we've explored how 3 to 4-year-olds think and learn, let's shift our focus to how they communicate. 3-year-olds typically speak in full sentences, 3 to 5 words, and by 4 can use even longer sentences with detail. They engage in real conversations with multiple back-and-forth exchanges. They ask lots of why questions to deepen understanding. Vocabulary grows exponentially. By 4, many children know several hundred, even thousands of, words, including basic colors, some shapes, and common categories of items, animals, foods, etc. They can describe recent events or tell simple stories about something that happened. We went to the park and I saw a dog. They also enjoy wordplay, songs, and rhymes. A 4-year-old can remember and recite parts of nursery rhymes or songs from memory. Pronunciation is mostly clear by 4, with some lingering toddler mispronunciations, like wed for red or lisps, being common. They understand and answer simple who, what, where questions easily, and by 4 can often answer why questions as well. They also routinely announce their name and age and may know their gender and a few other personal details. Now that we've looked at how 3 to 4-year-olds grow and develop, let's talk about how we can support that growth in ways that truly match where they are. This brings us to developmentally appropriate practices, or DAP. DAP means meeting children where they are, both as individuals and as a group, and helping them reach challenging, yet achievable goals. It's about using what we know about child development, along with what we know about each child, to guide our interactions, environments, and teaching strategies. For 3 to 4-year-olds, this means creating playful, engaging, and flexible learning experiences that build on their natural curiosity, need for movement, and growing independence. In this section, we'll explore practical ways to apply DAP in your everyday routines and learning environments so that every child feels supported, included, and ready to learn. Social-emotional learning. Role-play social scenarios with your child. For example, how to invite someone to play or what to do if you feel angry. Use puppets or dolls to act out and resolve conflicts. This age group can start to learn about empathy explicitly, talk about feelings of story characters, why do you think the bunny is sad, and how to help others feel better. In preschool settings, teachers often use emotion charts or stories about feelings to help children recognize and name emotions. Consistently reinforce concepts like sharing, kindness, and patience. When a child does something hurtful, involve them in making amends, like helping rebuild a knockdown block tower or saying sorry with a prompt. They are very capable of understanding fairness and will respond well to clear explanations of why a behavior is unacceptable. Encourage collaborative play. Arrange playdates or small group activities that allow preschoolers to practice playing with others. Provide toys that lend themselves to group play, blocks for building together, a pretend kitchen for collaborative make-believe, etc. Step in as a coach when conflicts arise, but try to let children resolve minor disagreements with your guidance. For example, teach them to use words. Tell your friend, "I don't like it when you grab my toy. Please ask next time." Praise cooperation. You both work together to clean up. What a great team. This positive reinforcement builds prosocial behavior. Now that we've talked about the importance of encouraging collaborative play, where children learn to share, take turns, and solve problems together, let's move into the next step: guided play and learning. Guided play allows us, as adults, to stay actively involved in children's learning without taking over. It's a powerful way to extend their thinking, introduce new ideas, and support skill development. Children 3 to 4 learn best through play that is lightly guided by an adult to introduce new concepts. For instance, during block play, a teacher might comment on shapes or counting. "I see you made a tower with 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, weaving in cognitive skills." NEYC highlights that in high-quality preschool, by playing and learning together, children build social skills, language skills, and self-control. With support from teachers, children learn to resolve conflicts and develop critical thinking. So, incorporate early academics in an age-appropriate way, count snacks at snack time, identify letters on signs during a walk, sort objects by color when cleaning up. Keep it fun and integrated into everyday activities rather than formal drills. As we explore how to support learning through play, one of the most meaningful areas we can nurture is language and literacy. At ages 3 to 4, children are soaking up language all around them through conversations, songs, stories, and even play. This is the perfect time to introduce fun, engaging activities that help build vocabulary, comprehension, and early reading skills in natural ways. Let's dive into some simple, effective language and literacy activities you can use every day to support young learners on their journey to becoming confident communicators and future readers. At this age, reading and storytelling are crucial. Continue daily read-alouds, now with more interaction. Ask open-ended questions about the story. What do you think about that? Point out letters and sounds. This is B for bear, and let the child recount familiar stories to you. Encourage them to tell their own stories. You can write down their dictated story and then read it back to them, showing that their words have power. Play phonemic games. Rhyming games, I spy something that starts with. Games and clapping out syllables of words make phonological awareness fun. Provide plenty of paper, crayons, markers so children can draw and write. At 3 to 4, their writing may just be scribbles or pretend letters, but asking them, "What did you write?" and showing interest validates their efforts and connects print with meaning. If they show interest in letters, you can begin teaching how to write the letters of their name, but keep it pressure-free and playful, like write letters in sand or with finger paint. Now that we've explored ways to build language and early literacy, let's shift our focus to another essential area of development: creativity and thinking skills. At ages 3 to 4, children are naturally curious and imaginative. They love to explore, experiment, and ask questions about how things work. This is the perfect time to nurture their creativity and support the development of critical thinking through open-ended play, art, problem-solving activities, and hands-on exploration. Provide open-ended materials for art and building, Play-Doh, crayons/paint, recyclable materials for crafting, blocks, etc., rather than only structured toys. Ask questions that stimulate thinking. I wonder what would happen if, or how could we make your block tower even taller? This invites them to problem solve and try out their ideas. When children ask endless why questions, engage with answers or look up the answer together in a child-friendly way, books, or simple experiments. This shows you value their curiosity and teaches how to find information. Simple science activities, planting seeds, mixing colors, observing insects, can be very engaging at this age and nurture cognitive development. As we continue supporting the whole child, it's important to remember that young children learn with their whole bodies. That brings us to the next key area of development: physical development. At ages 3 to 4, children are becoming more confident in how they move and use their bodies. They're running, jumping, climbing, and also developing finer control in their hands and fingers. Providing opportunities for both gross motor and fine motor activities helps strengthen coordination, balance, and self-help skills. Physical development opportunities ensure children get plenty of active play to build motor skills. Outdoor play is fantastic: running, jumping, playing catch, riding trikes or scooters, using playground equipment. These develop strength, coordination, and confidence. For fine motor, introduce fun tasks like beating, lacing cards, using tweezers or tongs to pick up objects, and arts and crafts, cutting paper, gluing, finger painting, to strengthen the pincer grasp needed for writing. Many 4-year-olds enjoy more organized activities too, like beginner dance, gymnastics, or sports, but keep the focus on fun and skill building, not competition. As we nurture children's physical growth, language, thinking, and creativity, it's equally important to create a sense of emotional security and behavioral guidance. That brings us to our next focus: consistent routines and gentle discipline. Children ages 3 to 4 thrive when they know what to expect. Predictable routines help them feel safe, build independence, and reduce power struggles. At the same time, gentle discipline teaches appropriate behavior through connection, not fear, guiding children with empathy, clear limits, and respectful communication. Preschoolers benefit from a structured day, flexibly applied. Clear routines for arrival, circle time, play centers, etc., in a school setting or consistent morning/evening routines at home help them know what to expect and reduce anxiety. When disciplining, timeouts can be used sparingly at this age, brief and more as a chance to calm down rather than a punitive measure. Often, redirection and discussion work better. Explain consequences of actions. If you throw the toy, it might break or hurt someone, so we play with it gently or we put it away. Always follow through on limits set, but do so with empathy and without shaming the child. Now that we've explored how children grow and learn in the preschool years, let's take a moment to focus on the adults who guide them every day, their parents and caregivers. Encourage active play every day. Go for walks, dance, climb at the playground. Offer fine motor activities like stringing beads, using Play-Doh, or drawing with crayons. Let your child ask and explore, respond to their why questions with curiosity. Play simple games like puzzles, matching cards, or cause and effect toys. Read together daily. Ask questions about the story and let them read parts to you. Talk with your child about what you're doing, seeing, and feeling throughout the day. Sing songs and rhymes to build vocabulary and rhythm of language. Build routines around meals, bedtime, and transitions to help your child feel secure. Model how to handle big feelings calmly and validate their emotions. It's okay to feel upset. Every child develops at their own pace, but there are times when delays or behaviors may signal the need for additional support. Trust your instincts. If something feels off or concerns persist, it's okay to ask for help. Here are some signs that may indicate a child could benefit from further evaluation, doesn't speak in full sentences, or struggles to put words together by age 4. Is hard to understand most of the time, even by family. Rarely asks questions or shows interest in communication. Doesn't show interest in playing with other children. Struggles with basic movements like running, climbing, or going up and down stairs. Has trouble using hands for drawing, stacking, or holding utensils. Struggles to follow simple directions or routines. Doesn't engage in pretend play or problem-solving activities. Shows little interest in exploring or asking questions. Talk to your pediatrician or family doctor if you're concerned. Contact your local early intervention or school district for a developmental screening. Trust your observations. You are the expert on your child, and early support can make a big difference. You don't have to figure everything out alone. Explore trusted resources like the CDC Developmental Milestones checklists, your local early intervention program, and YouTube channel, Bright Beginnings at Home.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.